talk to your team about how emotion in a fight will never help you, whether it's anger or being scared or anything. Any fight you've ever had, whether it was the two big fights with Anderson or John Jones or even the other fights, did you ever break that rule for yourself? Did you ever come in too hyped up or maybe a little scared, not scared, but a fear of what could possibly happen? Or
yeah, scared's a fair question, man. You can't control those emotions. As a human being, you feel those, whether you're a tough guy or you're not, or you're a fighter or it doesn't make any difference. The thing with that is, yeah, I've come in with all of them too, but they never helped me. At the end of a round, a judge is never going to say, well, that guy was excited, or that guy was scared, or that guy was courageous, or that guy was sad. It doesn't make a bit of difference. Who put this into his opponent's head more times is going to get the nod at the end of the night.
Thank you, Chael.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hey, Chael.
My friend's sitting right here.
Okay. I know you had a menu item for John Jones on Bean Street. Did Shogun get anyone?
No, man, Shogun is not getting one. John Jones, you're talking about the chicken special, loaded with cheese. We'd even deliver. We bring a 6-pack of beer so you can avoid a DUI. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that is correct.
That was a big seller. We ran out of cheese, chicken, and beer on that one.
If you fight Vanderlei, I have a recommendation for that one.
Vanderlei Silva? Is he still fighting people?
I think so.
I thought he was doing those fake matches over in Japan. Is he really a fighter still?
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm from Oklahoma, born and raised, wrestling for years.
God's country. Good man.
Absolutely. I think Daniel Cormier actually deserved that shot, though. And I actually fought Kelvin Gastelum right before he went on the Ultimate Fighter. And over the last 2 years, as a fighter, though, and you're a wrestler, and I always liked you because you're a wrestler, regardless of whether, but I keep trying to figure out why people keep asking for your opinion when you have not had your hand raised in almost 2 years. The last time you won was against Bisping, and that's real talk, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, Dana keeps you around because you're a Fox commentator. Real talk. Because you can sell tickets. Because that's Dana's job. But Oklahoma, Daniel Cormier, Johnny Hendricks, Mark Munoz will be fighting tonight. Mo Lawal, we're all from Oklahoma. The man that's running this tournament back here, Jack Roller, Oklahoma.
Spit it out, brother. You're putting everybody to sleep, man. I'm about to come down there and whip your ass in a second. Real talk, stupid. Speak English. I don't speak ghetto. I don't even know what real talk means. Here's real talk, dummy. If you don't get to the end of the line, I'm going to come down there and warm up on you before I take care of LeBron later tonight. So take those stupid sunglasses off your head, because we're in
I don't sell memberships.
You don't sell anything, stupid.
I sell ass whippings, son. I don't sell memberships.
You sell ass whippings? What is your name again? Who are you?
Real small
All
one,
I've heard is you're from Oklahoma. Those guys are from
son.
Oklahoma State. Every name that you just dropped, let me hand it back to you, because they're not even from where you said they're from. Stupid. And tell my room of fans what real talk means. Beat it. Next question.
And real quickly before we get to that next question,
Real talk, son.
Hi, Uncle Chael.
Hello back.
I'm not going to say anything to piss you off.
I would never get pissed off. I'm in a wonderful mood.
I was wondering what's your take on no-gi jiu-jitsu and gi jiu-jitsu?
You know, that's a very good question. I had an interesting conversation with Joe Rogan a few weeks ago, who studies jiu-jitsu pretty seriously. He said that gi jiu-jitsu is fantastic for defense because it's very easy to get caught in a submission with the gi on. And if you can learn to stop it while wearing a gi, you're going to be more than prepared without a gi. On the other side of things, he said it could give you a false hope of catching submissions. That was one guy's take. I know Nick Diaz and George St. Pierre are both great submission guys trained with gis on.
I was wondering if I could get a picture and sign my book.
Real talk. Come on up here, son.
He's doing that. Yes, sir. Fire away.
Yeah, so my question is for Chael. The very first time I saw him, Chael, the very first time I saw you fight was your first fight against Anderson Silva. And first of all, I just want to say it's been really inspiring to see how you've really developed and become the American gangster with what you've done. So my question is, a lot of times, with different fights, the outcomes, for example, the John Jones fight after that was over, there's a lot of people, a lot of keyboard warriors, a lot of naysayers.
I just met one. I'm aware.
Yeah, I mean, they think you're over, you're done with, you're on the downhill, and as a fan, next thing you know, I pull up UFC.com, you're fighting Shogun at the main event. My question is, I have this theory about you, and you can let me know, maybe it's a conspiracy theory, but I think that you're 3 moves ahead of everyone. I think, and so my question is, if that's the case, is that really the case, and are you more, like after you fight Shogun, do you already know what the outcome is past that?
Well, look, I mean, here's how it goes. Sports are up and down. And in our sport, it's very true, the expression that you're only as good as your last fight. That's very true. Not very many guys are undefeated. We just had the Olympic Games a year ago. There wasn't one single gold medal won by a guy that hadn't lost 4, 5, 6 times that year. And they happen in the 6th month of a year. A good athlete is going to get beat once a month because he's finding good competition. Every time the Lakers win the NBA championship, they lose 20-some games that season. So don't be afraid to go out and compete, and you're not going to win them all, but you do got to get out of bed the next morning and go to work anyway.
Awesome, thank you.